Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Manny Fresh with the wonderful co-hosts that we have. I'll let them introduce themselves.
What's
To
going on?
my wait, to this side we have.
Hey, Manny. Yeah, it's Marco from
Oh
Walker
shit,
Food Truck,
wrong way. There you go.
and oh,
Lindsay from. Oh, sorry.
they're like,
Shit,
oh, really
everybody's
good place.
frozen for me. Oh, I'm
We can
Lindsay
hear
from
you.
the West
Good.
End.
From the West End, and it's another episode
So,
of SoundBites HTX. Man, this COVID edition. Man, what episode are we on? In COVID, man. It's been like 6-7 weeks already.
COVID edition 9.
It's crazy. I'm going to take a couple minutes
COVID
to.
edition something like that.
I'm going to take a couple seconds here to share all this. What's been going on with y'all at West End? I know we were talking a little bit off air about y'all's plans, but why don't you give Houston an update as far as what the plans are?
So we I think the last time we talked, I had actually sent out the post like, hey guys, we're opening up tomorrow. Like, yeah, let's do it. And then I had to send the post like, hey guys, we're not opening up. Like, so sorry. And then we were gonna try and open up for just some private events. That way we could invite our people in, and we could get our new standards going and try out our new things with our friends rather than public, who could be like, that server doesn't have a mask on, whereas one of our regulars would be like, hey, don't forget to put your mask on, or something like that. So we were going to try that, and we did it one day, but for the food that we have to order and everything, it's just still not worth it. We decided just to still wait till the 18th. But we're still questioning whether or not we're going to be open Sunday, Mondays, and Tuesdays. So we might not open till Tuesday or Wednesday. But hopefully we can open on Wednesday for steak night. So,
That's
and
an.
I'm
You,
trying,
go
and I'm
ahead.
trying, and I've figured out a way to do our karaoke like very sanitary. So I'm gonna propose it to my boss and see if we can do it. So hopefully we'll be starting up karaoke again this week too. So it's gonna be kind of annoying, and it's gonna cause us to have less singers, but that's okay. We'll figure it out.
Nice.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll be opening up Tuesday or Wednesday.
I have. I know. Some of the other restaurants had announced that they're going to be opening up Tuesday next week as well. So hopefully we can get this get the industry going up and going again. And you brought up an interesting point because you're going to need time to do all your food purchasing, get all your get your staff in order, get your whatever it is that you guys need, all your inventory to have those doors open. Marco, what's been going on with y'all over at Hokey and with Walker?
We've actually opened everywhere at this point.
Nice.
Oh shit!
¿Qué pasó?
Sorry, I'm watching us on my phone so I can see the screen, and there's captions.
There's
That's pretty
captions.
cool. There's captions.
Oh.
It's auto making it. Anyway,
Oh, nice.
yeah, it's at Underground Hall. We've been open since last week. Since a week, like last Thursday. People are slowly starting to roll in. We've been open, 7 days a week. We closed last Sunday, but I think going forward we're going to close on Sundays because I think, like Lindsay mentioned, they're discussing like limited scheduling or limited days because there's no point. I mean, they're still not going to come out even if you tell everyone it's safe, they're not going to.
All right.
And that's just the nature of people.
And then you got that guy. What's his name? Dr. Fauci, or I believe it's Dr. Fauci, who today, and it was really frustrating because we're trying to get back to the to our norm and whatnot, and then he states that this virus is never going to go away and it's something that we're going to have to deal with. So that doesn't give the public a lot of confidence to come out. How are you guys dealing with that?
So I think.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me rephrase the question, right? Because I live in Katy, right? So, and I hate and I really don't like it. I feel like I miss out a lot from being in the city. But what has been and this question for you too, Lindsay, what has been the people's attitude or perception when when you know, Marco, when you have people coming over to the restaurants or to the food trucks, what's their attitude towards it? Are they ready to just come out, or are people playing it safe?
I'm going to be honest with you. Everyone that's come down there doesn't care.
Right.
The people that are coming out and coming to hang out and like leaving their houses are not wearing. They're not wearing masks. They're hanging out. They're they'll wear their mask in. Obviously, you can't eat and drink and have a good conversation with a mask on. So very often, if they come in with a mask, they take it off. At the same time, though, we as a business, what my opinion or like what my employees think, we'll tell them like, doesn't matter what we think, whether we think it's a hoax, whether we think it's real, whether we think we have to take precautions because it's the public perception that we're responsible for. Yeah, we're responsible for that. Now, whether someone comes in and they take their mask off and they like, I can't force them. At that point, it becomes customer service, right? You can't go up and say, "Hey, sir, put your mask back on. Don't enjoy your meal," But I can tell you that the people coming down are not the people that are your doomsdayers that think that they're gonna die when going out. And that's been my experience. I don't know if I know Lindsay had like the private party or your experience just going out, like being at Richmond Arms. Lindsay, do you notice?
I mean, I can tell you right now, there's definitely not many people out. That's for sure. Not as many people out. I don't think that I'm definitely not one of those that isn't taking precautions, but I'm also not staying in my house. I'm going out occasionally, but I'm washing my hands more. I'm doing all the precautions. I'm taking all the, every precaution. When I ride my bike, I have my mask on. When I'm going to stores, I make sure that I have a glove or just all those little precautions I'm taking. So yeah, I am going out. I'm going to bars occasionally. I've been to the Richmond Arms a few times. I don't think there's ever been more than, I think this might be the most people I've seen here, and it's like
Lindsay is out on assignment tonight. She is live on an assignment. You're doing your
on location.
You're on location.
I'm sacrificing that.
So tell us, Lindsay, what's it like out there?
Is there life?
Let me remind you of what the world's like right now.
Yeah.
The sky is blue. The clouds are still white. I still can't tan very well, and I've been outside so much.
We actually went on a little picnic. Well,
we did, yeah.
Went on a little picnic.
They might not invite me back now that they know that I've been to a bar, but
yeah. So it's...
But no, we went on a picnic the other day. I went up and met up with Charity, and that was nice. That was really sweet. I liked it a lot.
The weather has been.
I got to hang out with Mila a little bit.
my little baby girl. She's not so little anymore.
They grow
I think I got
so
my
fast.
first picture with Mila too.
Oh, okay.
What are you drinking on there, Lindsay?
Don't judge me. Actually, I don't give a fuck. Bud Light Seltzer.
Bud Light what?
Bud Light Seltzer.
Oh, interesting. That's new to me.
You know who released
Actually, not bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Bud Light Seltzer.
You know who released the hard seltzer before all this and is not doing well?
Who's that?
Corona.
They came out with one.
They came out with Corona seltzer. I saw billboards everywhere downtown, and then this happened, and they said sales are just.
I saw that. I was like, oh, of course they did.
Yeah, that was a terrible timing for them. Unfortunately, it wasn't. Nothing they could.
They had stopped production of the Corona, didn't they? Their beer.
It might have
From my
been
understanding,
I still see Corona on the shelves. Like, I still see people.
That's because no one's buying it. Shit.
I mean, honestly, the few times that I have been inside a grocery store, I've seen people buying Corona. I don't know if it's just me, but I have seen people like.
I've seen people buying Corona.
I've seen people post it on their.
I've always been a Dos Equis guy.
I think people are doing it out of cheekiness now.
Yeah, I think they're
they
doing
might
it.
actually.
Like, we got Corona over here, like that whole angle.
You know
What
what
do
I
you-
haven't done? I have not looked into Corona's like current like marketing,
Stock. Oh,
and I feel like I wish I would have to see like how the like what cheekiness they're throwing into it, because they can use this to their advantage. They can.
What?
I think it's too soon. I think they have to wait a while.
I
Their
heard at
name
first
is
they were trying to pay $1
Corona.
million.
It's never too soon.
They were trying to pay $1 million to call it the white virus.
What were they?
They were trying. I don't know if it was just someone posted it, but they said
Oh.
they tried to like pay $1 million
Shit.
to change the name of the virus.
I would have offered a lot more. What are you drinking over there, Marco?
I actually drove by Eureka Heights today on my way to Restaurant Depot. It's a couple blocks away, and I picked up some of their Zoolander series. It's so hot right now.
Nice.
A really good tasting IPA.
Is it good?
It's pretty good. I like hazy IPA, so
Nice. Well, I want to give a big shout out to this group on Facebook. It's Smoke and Mash. I know that Lindsay, you're a part of that group. Marco, I'm going to invite you to it. I think it's pretty neat, man. You guys have a lot of great people in there. A lot of barbecue guys. A lot of well-known guys who have a lot of history and a lot of knowledge in the game. And I've been off social media here about the last week or so. Just been took a step back, but I'll be on there once in a while and I'll check stuff out. And I got on the group and I pay attention to it, and I always see the guys posting a lot of stuff, as far as bourbons and liquors, man. And the other day I was scrolling through the page, and I was like, man, they got a lot of good stuff, and they really motivated me to go out and get a nice little bottle of bourbon. And I picked this thing up. It's a Maker's Mark Private Selection. It's 110 proof. It has 55% alcohol content. It was a delicious bourbon. I mean, I opened it up. It was super smooth. It has a lot of good flavors in there, vanilla, and it's something that I want to do with us. Because that's in our dang tagline, isn't it? What is it? It's chefs or food trucks, chefs, and booze, and we hardly talk about booze. I think we need to start doing like a weekly. Yeah, that's all you, girl. We need to feature.
I like this idea.
Yeah, we need to feature like a bottle every week, and just talk about it. And once we're able to get back together and sit down in our studio or wherever when we're on location, we have a nice little tasting. And just talk about it, feature it. I think it'd be fun. I think initially it was part of the plan. But with everything, with so many moving parts and us trying to figure out the show and how it all works, it just got away from us. But I definitely want to get back in there. And these guys, you have a bunch of. They're always posting stuff about what they're drinking. Cigars, food. The bourbons, and so this is absolutely delicious. It's a $60 or $65 bottle.
It's a very, very tasty beverage that you have in your hand right there. I can honestly say I'm a big fan of that, actually.
Yeah, have you tried this one?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah,
I tried it.
It's delicious. And then I posted it in my stories yesterday that I got it. And my cousin, who's out in Chicago, she's actually a brand ambassador. I believe she either works for Maker's Mark or she's a brand ambassador, one of the two. And so she texts me and she's like, "Oh, that's the company that I work for." And I'm like, "Well, of course we have great taste." And so I told her I'd love to have her on the show. She can talk about some of the bourbons. And I told her that she can be like I said, I want you to be my concierge. Every week I want to come to you. I want to come out. I want you to recommend me a nice bottle of bourbon or whiskey and that I can try and taste. And she was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And she actually recommended something. What was it that she told me? Her favorite is the Basil Hayden. Have you tried that one? Have y'all tried that one? Basil Hayden?
No.
Pardon?
I'm sure Lindsay has, but I'm gonna have that for us next week and try that.
Thank you, Alex.
Have you tried the Basil Hayden?
Yeah, we serve Basil Hayden at the West End.
So yeah, she recommended that one. So I'm going to pick up a bottle of that for next week. And I'm that's something that I want to do. I want to pick up a bottle. I want to build my collection at home and have a nice little collection.
One of the other managers at the West End, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Builds absolutely gorgeous whiskey cabinets.
Whiskey cabinets.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to need one because
it's beautiful. She actually, so her boyfriend Aaron, she made one for him for Christmas, and it's stunning. It has like the drop down, and then it's got a place for your glassware. It's even got like a wine rack at the bottom or a place for more glasses. It's got it's gorgeous. You can like stain it or paint it any color you want. If you need one, if you're going to become a collector, let me know.
Yeah. Big shout out to the guys over there, guys and gals over there at that Facebook page, Smoke and Mash. You guys really inspired me to dabble back into it and start a collection. And because of you guys, I went out and bought this. So big shout out to y'all. I'm going to cut this little clip up so I can post it on their Facebook page too. So, but yeah, man. So what else we got going on? What about this? What do we got going on for the next couple of weeks? You think the city's gonna be rushing out to all the stores, and because we're entering the second phase, right, of the reopening?
Yeah, we're going into that. What is it on the? I think salons are supposed to open on the 18th. Or 16th,
salons and the gyms.
But now they let salons open early because I'm assuming it was the whole Dallas thing. I know.
Somebody want to do my hair?
My hair needs a little.
I know my hair did. This dad job didn't come out very well.
I think there's a lot of people that have been waiting for the city to reopen, but I still think that there's going to be a sizable chunk of people not coming out.
Yeah.
And I don't know if y'all saw, California extended their stay-at-home order for 3 more months. Texas would fucking.
How much do you think that is political?
It's very. That's pretty fucking political. but 3 more months. Can you imagine that? Like them telling us, hey, never mind, nothing. Only essential businesses for 3 more months.
It's got to be tough on everyone.
Money is gonna run out. Like,
yeah,
people are gonna have to go back to work. Money's gonna run out.
My buddy who lives out in Orange County said that since Orange County's cases are low, they said, fuck it, we're not gonna listen to the state. We're gonna reopen here in our little circle. So I think that's when they're gonna have a lot of defiance down to the little towns and cities. So that should be interesting.
I don't, it's tough because you don't want to get political with things like this. We want to keep in mind that public safety, of course, is always first and foremost important. The health of the citizens. But then you see so much bullshit like in California extending the stay 3 more months, and you got to think all this is politically driven. They want to affect, because you see the first announcement was, okay, we're going to extend it for 3 more months, and then you hear today that the same governor of California is now issuing an executive order that California is going to be mailing in their votes. So you can't be naive and not believe that the two go in hand, and so we'll see. I think anytime election comes, anytime it's an election year, we seem to be the ones that suffer the most over some bullshit, and so it's nothing new to us. I guess we just gotta take it all in stride. But this is something that I've always said from the beginning, and I will continue to say it. What we do with our time right now is what's going to make the difference in the future. There has been avenues for us as far as business owners to get loans, get grants, so we can be better prepared for what lies ahead and to adjust to these difficult moments. And so, I think ultimately when it's all said and done, I'm going to have like a little mini, you know, I think I'm going to look back and reflect and realize that, COVID-19 is probably one of the best things that happened to me for several reasons. One, it slowed me down big time. It brought me back into because I don't, I was used to going 100 miles an hour every day as far as, working on, 15 different things every single day and working out every day and just going. And this has completely slowed me down, which is I think now I look at it, it's a good thing. I'm at home a lot more. We're having family dinners. I'm out in the front yard with my daughter. I see my neighbors. I'm conversating with my neighbors. I know what's going on with my neighbors. And so, I'm enjoying it. I'm not, I'm not in the rat race per se because there is no rat race. Everyone's fucking grounded and stuck at home.
Love that movie, by the way.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Bean. It was Mr. Bean, right? Mr. Bean's in there. Yeah, it is a great movie.
Yes, Mr. Bean. I love that movie.
But I think eventually we're going to have to get back to some sort of, capitalistic, lifestyle where we're back out there grinding and making it happen. And so. And then I was talking to Marco, before we came online, with the loans and the grants, we're getting a nice chunk of money. It's important now to be strategic with it, right? How are we going to leverage that money? How are we going to, use it and invest it? I get it, right? More of the PPP loan is for, your payroll and you got to, yeah, absolutely. But you got to, what's the word? You got to be creative. You got to be creative and you got to figure out a way how to leverage this money and to benefit you in more than just, hey, I'm just going to, use it to pay my employees. I think if you do that, I think you're just, you're not maximizing the opportunity.
The last part you said was you think it should be used for more than just paying employees? Is that what
Well, I'm saying you can leverage it, right? Look, there's ways, right? There's ways to do it. You got to be creative and you got to be able to, be suave, have some kind of financial suave way about doing things legally, of course, not illegally.
Yeah.
But
my only comment on that is, so there's you can look at it as a loan,
right?
You can look at it as a loan, which is it's a very low interest loan. It's a 1% loan, and that's great. If you look at it as a loan, if you're trying to give that money forgiven, whether it's 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, you like you said, you get creative with it. You find a way to make sure that goes to payroll because,
right.
I mean, there, like you can move categories around.
Right.
If your goal is to get it forgiven, which I think should be everyone's goal, but I
absolutely
circumstances, you're gonna have to run it to payroll, and
you could funnel it through payroll for sure.
yeah. You can run it through there, but again, if you can meet all the requirements,
right?
10, 20, 30, 40, whatever you got forgiven. I think that's going to be more of a help than getting a 1% loan. But, again, everyone's situation is different. Some people might need to spend it on back pays, on rent or in utilities or food, or
right.
inventory or whatever it is. But if you have the means to put it all in payroll and leverage the payroll somewhere else.
And for those that are still out there who are, who there's still money out there. They haven't closed it down, so and it might be close to it, right? Because I think the last that I heard was that now they're focusing on agricultural. Am I saying that word? Agricultural industry. But again, there's always so many moving parts. You never know. There is no consistency with any of this. Look, man, I said it from the beginning. Get in that virtual line so you can at least have a place. In case things change and you are eligible because in the first round, sole proprietors weren't eligible. It was just employee, teams, businesses that had employees. And then the second round, they changed things around. And so, if they're, and now they're talking about doing another third round. Well, and so you want to be in that place. Have your P&L, have your P&L in order so your accountant can do your taxes as smoothly as possible. And then you take your Schedule C and you submit that with your certificate of formation or whatever documentation you have, and submit it to your bank. And then this is another thing that I heard from a lot of people. A lot of people say, well, my bank didn't told me I wasn't eligible. Well, okay, maybe that might be your case, but that was one bank. There's other financial institutions that you could have used, from PayPal to Square to any other bank, credit union, even other like Cabbage. There's a lot of, so don't, just because one financial institution might tell you no, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't qualify with someone else. So you got to be persistent. You got to knock on every door, and you got to apply until you get the answer that you want. It's just that simple, because there's a way to do it.
Yeah. No, and you're absolutely right. There's so many, and more popped up after the first round. Like, first it was just approved lenders, which were banks, and then all of a sudden, like you said, Square, Cabbage, PayPal, all these other people that give loans came into the game, and
they'll give you different amounts. Like I put out about 5 different ones, and I got 5 different loan estimates, all completely different. And I was like, wow. So make sure that you guys if don't get discouraged. If you want to get the loan, don't get discouraged. And if you're still out there sitting thinking that you don't qualify, I would still shoot a bullet in the dark and hope that it lands somewhere, because it's definitely a realistic opportunity. Man, this is really good, Lindsay.
It is really good. There's, maybe one day, once everything opens, you need to come into the West End and let me taste you on all of our whiskeys. We have so many. We have such a beautiful whiskey menu. And scotch.
It's ridiculous. I popped it open last night, and I sat down. I wanted to watch that movie Capone with.
Trying to figure out how much you drank since you popped it open last night.
Yeah. No, not that much.
I would have loved if you if it was only a little bit left in your I popped it open last night. You're either lying or you're still fucking drunk.
No. I wanted to watch that movie Capone with the Hardin guy. What's his name? Is it Ed Hart? No, it's whatever the actor's name is. But Capone. It's a movie on Al Capone, and it was based off of when he was released from prison because he had syphilis or whatever the case may be. And so I popped this bottle open. I sat down. Tom Hardy. And the movie fucking completely sucked, man. Shit, it was terrible. I was so frustrated.
No, what?
It was horrible. And I'm a big Ted Harden fan. I love all his work. It's amazing. He's a great actor, but I just felt like he wasn't the guy for the part. And the movie just was completely terrible. So Tom, if you're listening, we'd love to get you on the show. Get your thoughts on it. And but it was.
You know what? I'm gonna watch the movie and then tell you.
Yeah, well,
I think about it.
Yeah, let me know.
We're gonna do movie club.
Yeah, there you go. It was alright.
Hey,
so what else?
It's time to do movie reviews, guys, because everyone's watching stuff right now. So
yeah, that's true.
Branch out into that too.
What do y'all think? Without going in too deep, but I wanted to get y'all's thoughts because it is current events, it's current news, and it's us. So I wanted to freestyle a little bit, but I wanted to get y'all's thoughts on what's going on in Georgia. I know it's a very sensitive issue. I know that emotions run high whenever we talk about things like this, but I think we do need to talk about it. As far as society or on anyone that has any platforms. We're no experts on anything, but it's a real, very real, scenarios and situations. I'm not black. I'm not African American. I'm brown. I'm Hispanic. I'll never know what it's like to be black, but I know what it's like to be brown. And when I look at what happened, it hurts. It sucks. I think that. I think morally it was 1,000% wrong. I think these guys are terrible human beings. But at the same time, I look at the law, and when I look at the law and I look at the letter of the law, I'm a little worried that they might get off, that they might be not found guilty. But we can. The part that I want to talk about, and it's not, is not so much the emotional part and the racial part of it and the right and wrong part of it. I think everyone who sees or saw what happened would all say that it's fucking wrong. No one deserves to die. No one deserves to be shot in the middle of the road, even if they committed a crime. I don't care if they did commit a crime. They don't deserve to die like that. They are afforded their right their day in court, unless someone is in imminent danger in their life. Then that's a different story. But when I look at situations like that and I see what's happening, what I think about is how the fuck do we change the laws? Like, what can we do differently so something like this doesn't happen again? Because, like I said, when you look at the letter of the law, these guys might have a leg to stand on. They might get acquitted, or they might be not found guilty because of the law. And so we can get hung up on the black and white part. We can get hung up on he was trespassing or he was somewhere he shouldn't be. We can get hung up on all that stuff. But at the end of the day, let's address the law. Let's address something that we can actually change to prevent things like this. What did you all have? I'm sure you guys haven't had a chance to see what was going on.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Really? So what happened? What happened?
Talking about, but I have not seen the video. I have not seen details.
I know nothing about what you're talking about.
Wow.
Been on her bike.
I was waiting for something to clue me back in. I was like,
the kid that was gunned down in Georgia by two white guys.
And
an African American boy, an African American guy was gunned down in Georgia by two white guys. He was a cop, and his son. He was. There's one side of the story that said he was jogging, and there's another side that says that, hey, maybe he was trespassing, or he was casing out a place. It is what it is. We don't have to get too deep into it. Marco, if you wanted to say anything on it.
Why did they shoot him?
They were trying to do a citizen's arrest. So apparently this young man was running. He ran into a house that was under construction.
That's how you arrest someone, is you shoot them.
Well, that's the $1 million question. Why was it done, and why did they do it?
So they were in the street?
Yeah.
And they were not on the cop's property. They were on nobody's property. They were on city property.
Right.
That's fucking bullshit.
Well,
that's
I agree.
Bullshit.
I agree.
Oh
I think we all agree on that.
That's fucked up. No,
yeah, I think there's a video, huh?
Yeah, there's a couple videos. There's 3 videos. There's three videos.
Maybe I need to see the video.
Yeah, I'll send you links later.
I mean, actually, I say that maybe I need to see the video. But I don't know if I want to see the video, but if I want a clear perception of what happened, but that sounds like it's really fucked up.
Yeah.
And those two shitheads need to go to jail. Sorry, I'm gonna stop cussing now, but that pissed me off.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of. I've heard the facts, the after the facts, the cop or one of them might have been a part of some white supremacy group, and where was the kid might have been up to no good, like Manny said, but I think I listened to a little snippet on NPR where the defendant or the defense for the victim's family said we saw the video once everyone found out about it, once it was leaked. It's like, how long did the cops have this video and not show? So that, and I've only, that's all I know is what that snippet I've heard and some of the videos I've seen posted online after. I haven't actually gone out of my way to go watch the video because part of me just doesn't. Like I was like, I don't really need to see it. I kind of put it together, and I guess my thoughts on it ultimately aren't going to be, they're not going to be a determining factor on any of it. It's going to sadly come down to what the law is and what the facts and circumstances and evidence. But it was a terrible tragedy. Yeah, it sounded like it was. So that's all I can
yeah. And the only reason I brought it up was because we do have a show, and sometimes we do need just to bring these things up, to bring it to light, and to share our thoughts. And like I said, without getting into and it's hard, right? Because the whole fucking thing is so racially charged, and I wouldn't give a damn. I wouldn't give a damn if somebody was stealing. No one deserves to deal with things that way, and so
even if the cop and his son genuinely in their heart, in their mind, thought that this how old was he?
I'm not sure. He was young.
Was
18, 19, somewhere around there, I believe.
If they really thought this kid was a burglar, why did they shoot him and not call the police? Why did they not try and tackle him down? Police should know how to do that. Police should know how to tackle someone and know how to do that before shooting them.
Yeah.
Like, they should be able to, I mean, at least that's the way I think. I think a police officer should know how to safely, detain someone where shooting is only an option for their own self-defense or someone else's self-defense. You know what I mean? That doesn't, it makes no sense if he's just jogging and he's shot. No. There's no reason to have pulled out your gun in the first place. And why are you jogging with a fucking gun?
No,
if you're not on duty, wait, were they on duty?
No, they were. No, he was retired. He was retired, and
He's retired?
Yeah, they apparently had seen him, and so it's one of the. It's a tragedy. Hopefully, justice will be served. But our hearts and thoughts are with the families, and hopefully shit doesn't get get carried away. We always see what happens when the court systems fails us, and we've seen it too many times. So hopefully justice will be served, and we can heal from this.
This fits into too well into what I was watching, what show I've been watching.
What have you been watching?
I guess it's it came out a long time ago, or not a long time ago, but Broadchurch.
I haven't seen it.
Oh my god, it is it's a British show, but it's so good.
Them damn Brits.
So good. Yeah, it's all about finding out who killed the son, but then there's twists and there's turns, and it's I want to give it away because it's a really, really good show. I've been completely sucked into it.
Well, this one's for them. This one's good.
I'm out of beer, but there's a little bit of more.
I feel like I need a cigar. I need a cigar. Anyhow, so what's so next week, Lindsay? What's the game plan for West End?
Well, we're talking alcohol. Why don't we try and find a liquor rep?
Let's do it.
I'm down.
Is West End going to be open next week?
Yeah.
But you're not sure of Tuesday. I can't wait till we get back to West End.
As far as I know right now, the West End will be open. But I know, just a couple weeks ago, got everybody excited, and then ripped them apart. It's like, hey guys, so excited to see you. Just kidding.
Almost had it. Almost had it.
But
What about you, Marco? What's going on? Is Walker out on the road?
Yeah, Walker's over at Blodgett Food Hall, which is the Cloud Kitchen location.
How's that working out?
It's busy.
Really?
Busy. Yeah. Now we're the only vendor there right now, us and another truck, because the inside vendors are waiting on home permits. But yeah, man, it's been evenings are very busy there. Now, so we've got to wait and see is how all the commission and the rent plays out. They do cap their commission, so once we've already hit in like a week and a half, we hit the commission cap already. So now it's just seeing how much we can push till the end of the month. So again, we're gonna see how it goes. I can't give you like a definite going great. It's not.
Yeah.
Because we've been paying such a heavy commission up until this point, and we still have to cut in the food delivery. Cool thing is they let us do our own pickups, and it has been a very people have called and asked if they can come pick up a lot. It's a very good location. They were real smart with where they placed it.
Nice.
We have a lot of people calling that want to go pick up there.
So what are some pros and what are some cons to this whole cloud kitchen?
I think the biggest con is the
commission.
The commission and rent, and it's just kind of a scary. It's a scary setup because you kind of look at it and say, well, yeah, this is probably going to be, unfortunately, the future of how restaurants are going to have to work. And if it does become widely popular, then it will kill all the other restaurants that are, within the delivery radius. Because as we become, especially with this COVID thing, as we become more like, more relaxed with being at home and ordering in instead of going out, and your average consumer, they could call the restaurant and go pick it up themselves, or they can use an app. And a lot of them are going to probably go with the app. That's easier to use. So it's going to be an interesting. I'm whether we stay there or not. I've got a lot to learn from it. And our team has a lot to learn from how they're doing business and how they're setting up. Because the facility itself is a monster. It's 56 kitchens.
Wow.
Large walk-ins. They've got it all. Like, it's a well-oiled machine. When it's going, I'd love to see how it all runs, if it runs as perfect as they've explained it. But again, for us, we just got to wait and see.
So what are some of the pros?
Location, storage, power, like software. They've got the software and research. They know what sells. They know what doesn't. Right now, the only thing they're learning is this area's trend.
Mm-hmm.
But they've got various other cities that they've got a lot of data they can share, and technology, and their program their software to sync up with every delivery service. It's not perfect. We're both learning, like us and them are learning along the way. When I have to call a customer on through their platform, through DoorDash, it's a different steps than when I have to do Uber, because Uber doesn't give you a phone number. It gives you like Uber number and then a PIN, and then there's just like relays, and so it's a pretty interesting process. But unfortunately, it might be the way things have to go for a little bit until we can all come up with our own. We'll go back to the Chinese takeout guy, where we just all have a little on a bike just delivering our food, and just so we don't cut everybody in, and that might have to be, unfortunately.
See, that's what I love. That's one of the things that I love about this whole experience is that, man, it's challenging us to really get creative, right? And to think outside the box, and to think outside the box, but without getting in a whole nother box, right? Because sometimes I see people panic, and then they were like, oh shit, well, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna start something different, or this, that, or another. And I sort of cringe when I hear stuff like that. I'm like, you've already built a brand, you already have a loyal, following and a base, and why jump into something new? You just got to adjust and figure out a different way to meet your goals. Because at the end of the day, profit is still the goal, right? You if you want to run a sustainable business, it's got to be profitable. If you have a product, if you have the consumers and you have the demand, but there's things getting in the way of the execution, like this COVID and social distancing, then you got to be creative. You got to think outside the box. How can I get my product to the consumer in a safe, what manner in which they feel confident that they want to continue doing business with you? And so for us at What You're Craving, we, I decided to take a step back. I wanted to see how things were going to play out. We're in a position where, if people, we're not going to force the issue. We're not going to risk, take unnecessary risk. If people want to reach out to us and to do either communities, to do caterings, to come to their office, then we'll do it. And we'll have these conversations. Hey, how many people are you going to have? These are the systems that we have in place for this. And if you want to do it, let's do it. But I'm not going to. I love what Shannon Toon said a couple of weeks ago. I'm not going to be desperate. I'm not going to go out there and look desperate. And it doesn't make any sense. So for me, it's just been about, hey, take calculated risk. If we're going to go out, make sure it's worth it. And our supporters and the people that follow us have been very, very loyal. They keep us, somewhat busy as much as one is to be expected. I don't think there's too many people out there that can say, "Oh, well, we're killing it." And I know there might be a few. Like, a big shout out to Daddy Duncan Barbecue. I mean, those fucking guys. Anytime they go out, they're based out of Katy. They fucking sell out, and they got fucking lines. They have such a huge loyal following, man. I love how they do their business. I love their brand. I love their barbecue, and we got to get them on the show one day. But there's not too many people who can say, "Oh, well, we're killing it out in the street," because first of all, there's no one on the street. Everyone's at home. No one. And you brought up another.
Are you kidding me? Everybody's on the street right now. Like, everybody's out and about. This traffic is insane.
Yeah.
Like, I forgot what it was like. It sucks.
Was there traffic today?
Take me back to quarantine traffic. God.
Yeah.
I could get anywhere. You remember that line?
Yeah.
Remember Clueless, the movie Clueless? You can get anywhere in, or where were they? Los Angeles in 15 minutes. Or
Yeah.
you can get anywhere in the hills for 15 minutes, or whatever it was.
Shit.
That's how it was during quarantine.
Now it's
like, welcome back.
has traffic been bad again? Traffic
Inside the loop.
Has it?
I would say inside the loop, it's getting back to normal.
Yeah,
No, not as
back
bad.
to normal in the Galleria.
But yeah, I was gonna say, I assume the Galleria, like the average bottlenecks. I had to drive. I was at Depot around 4, and I had to drive to downtown to drop off some inventory, and I hit a little bit of traffic. It just kind of catches you off guard because you expect the roads to be empty. But there's people out there. I mean, but like Manny was saying, no one's killing it. There's not people out there buying shit. Like you're not gonna see a normal crowd at a food truck. Like pre-corona days.
Yeah, we were very comfortable. Like we were spoiled. We were very spoiled, very, very spoiled. And 2020 was looking promising, super promising. Man, I loved it. And then all of a sudden, bam. But again, I think at the end of the year, in a year or two, I'm gonna look back and I'm gonna say what I said earlier. I think COVID-19 was probably the best thing that happened to me personally and professionally and with the brand, because it was very eye-opening and it put my mindset in a different level, I think, to see things. And so I'm appreciative of that. So we just wanted to come out here. We wanted to touch base with everyone. We wanted to chat, say hi. and let y'all know that we know everyone's going crazy. We want the world to go back to the way it was, and hopefully it will soon. But we just want to drop in, say hi, tell everyone we miss them, and hopefully we can get back to normal one day soon. But in the meantime, we're here with y'all, going through this with y'all, and we're going to continue to support one another. And if anyone wants to come on the show, let us know. Drop us a DM. We'll get you guys on. I know we've had several people request it, and we're gonna get a nice lineup for the upcoming month to have some great guests on. But until then, man, y'all hang tight. If you guys are going out, make sure you support local. Go out and visit Marco over at Hokey Pokey in the Heights. Go check him out at the Underground. If you see the food truck, Walker driving down the street, egg it, throw some eggs at it.
Order online.
Order online. You actually, Marco, are you gonna be? Let's see. Are you gonna be around Underground tomorrow or Friday?
Tomorrow I'm at Hokey Pokey all day, so you can come see me at Hokey Pokey. Underground.
Oh, actually, oh my God. So I'm babysitting, or I don't say they're like teenagers, but like 11 and 13. But so I'm taking care of my niece and nephew for the next 2 days, and they love sushi.
Wow.
So we might come pick up some to-go food from Hokey Pokey.
Yeah.
I want to bring them into the city. They don't get to come to the city very often. They live in La Porte, so I want to take them out to do some cool stuff and have them try some food and things. So
well, on that note, our homie, friend of the show, been on the show, Luigi Macaritos, is running his Maki Sandos tomorrow, which is like a little sushi sandwich.
I should bring them. They would love that.
Which is close to us, so you can come to us and maybe swing by his. I don't know. Well, they're teenagers, so I guess they're not old enough to drink at tequilas. But
well, they're really different kids. They're very unique children. I love them so much. I'm so excited to spend the next 2 days with them. But I definitely want to bring them out to well, I told my niece the other day, so I went over there yesterday and went swimming, and I was talking to my niece. She's 11, and I was like, yeah, you like food trucks? And she was like, oh, I love food trucks. And I was like, do you know that I have a podcast with 2 other guys about food trucks? And she's like, what? And so I started showing her the videos and stuff, and she was like, oh my God. She just thought it was the coolest thing. So I thought it would be nice to take her out and let her see a food, come to Houston, bring her to Houston, see a food truck or something, order some food. I don't know, I think they'd like it. So we might come out and see you, and I don't know.
Yeah, maybe the next day. The food truck will be over at Blodgett on Blodgett Street, 2616 Blodgett. And again, we're taking to-go orders. You can go up and order from the truck, and take it to go, or you can order ahead on the website, or I don't have a phone on that truck. I took it to the downtown location, but yeah.
Well, I'll text you and just,
or
I'll
text
text
me
you whenever I'm coming in and just being hey, I'm around.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so much fun! Oh, I'm so excited. I got really excited because my niece has never been to one of the sushi choo-choos, the little train sushi, the conveyor belt sushi.
Those are fun.
And I got super excited and told her about it, and she's like, "Oh, I want to go!" And then today, me and Dickie were like, "Wait, that's totally not open right now."
I was gonna say it's kind of that runs along the line of a buffet. I don't think.
Well, actually, Lambo is open. Lambo and Westheimer, yeah. Well, it's Lambo buffet, but I haven't gone. I don't know if they're doing buffet or if they're just doing where they bring you out little appetizer plates and stuff. I'm not sure. So
I want a buffet so bad.
That's a typical hangover spot for us. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
We'll probably be there tomorrow.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then next week, if you guys are out and about in the Galleria area, make sure you stop by over and visit Lindsay at the West End. The West End opening either Tuesday or Wednesday, huh?
I'll know on Saturday. Saturday. I'm kind of hoping that we open on Wednesday because I want to just be bam, reopen, steak night, karaoke, hopefully karaoke. I found out a very sanitary way to do it. So we've got these they're called low density bags that most kitchens use for one thing or another. But they're these small bags, and I cut a hole in one the other day and put it over a microphone, and it worked for the handle. And then there are these microphone covers that you can put that are just disposable. You can get a pack of 100 for $11, and you put it over the microphone so that you can sing and not get any germs.
Nice.
So I've created a germ-free microphone, and now I just have to get the standards down and make it work. So karaoke is coming soon.
Oh yeah.
God, I can't wait till everything goes back to normal, man.
Yeah.
Soon. Well, H-Town, man, we appreciate you guys jumping on tonight.
They're sorry, the table across from me is actually watching our show right now.
All right, nice. What's up, guys? Appreciate you tuning in. You guys, it's the one viewer that we have right now. Appreciate it.
Well, we don't hey, quick question. We've had a lot of guests, and so I'm going to be an asshole if I have forgotten. But have we interviewed Flippin' Patties?
Yes. Right? It wasn't
No.
No, we went there.
We went there.
For a meeting.
Oh,
We never
yeah.
actually
We got to get them on the show.
Yeah.
I know. I was talking about this today because I was
Yeah.
so my boyfriend is Filipino, so I was like, oh, have you ever had Flippin' Patties? And he was like, oh, no, but I've been wanting to try it. And so I was like, wait a minute, we've never actually interviewed them.
We got to get him on the show. I still got to get Matt Pack. We got to get you on the show. But you know what? I'm going to start doing that thing that, what's his face did? Jimmy Kimmel. Remember when Jimmy Kimmel used to say, sorry, Matt Damon, but unfortunately, we ran out of time today. So apologies to Matt Damon. So, you know what? That's my thing. I'm still in that. I'm telling you, I'm still in that from Jimmy Kimmel. I apologize.
Well,
but
I have to say it because we're talking about Jimmy Kimmel. I have an acquaintance. We haven't seen each other in a while, but an acquaintance of mine, Ben Warner, is actually a Jimmy Kimmel lookalike. And
oh, nice.
He went on the Jimmy Kimmel show, and they did this thing where they invited guests to get your picture taken with Jimmy Kimmel. So they would go in and they would meet my friend Ben, and they would think that he was Jimmy Kimmel, and then they would get their attention taken away, and they'd switch out Ben for Jimmy, and then people would turn and be like, wait, what? Hold on, huh? But it's pretty funny. There was an episode on Jimmy Kimmel Live where they did it.
Nice. So my apologies.
Did you see the Jimmy Kimmel kid drunk video?
No. I gotta see it. What is it? I'll Google it.
So
You'll Google
Google it. There was a little girl that her mom took this video of her, and she was saying no. Her mom was like, did you eat the dog food, or did you touch the dog food? And she was like, no, I didn't touch the dog food. But then Jimmy Kimmel went and superimposed Trump's face.
Oh, I did see that.
Body.
I did see that.
And they were like, did you tell people to inject hand sanitizer? She's like, no, I didn't do that.
That is
hilarious.
I looked at that. I saw that video. I'm like, shit, it's scary how they can do that with technology now.
Yeah, it actually came out really well. That child would look scary as fuck.
Yeah. How much longer are you going to stay out there at Richmond Arms? You going to be there for a while? Or are you heading out soon?
I have to be at my mom's house at 9 in the morning, so we'll probably be here for another hour or so.
Nice.
But we should talk about our next episode where we're all together again.
Yeah.
I think it should be at Flippin' Patties.
Let's do it. Marco, reach out to them.
The hall is open at Understory.
All right, we'll be there.
Story, which is close to where we are in the ground. Confusing, I know, but their dining area is open over there. It's not open at their Westheimer or their West Side location in the Energy Corridor. But I mean, yeah, I can reach out to Mike. I know he'd be cool with it.
Cool.
I feel like it's probably going to be still a little while before we all have like a together episode.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I mean, it's up to y'all. Dining room's open. We can
Let's do it.
be in the same room, but be on our own screens, 6 feet
I
away.
don't know. I've been out in the public. Are you guys scared of me?
Now let's do it.
We got our first, like, kind of assaulted by a lady because I didn't have my mask on. The
you?
response was, "Lady, you are in the busiest grocery store and you have one thing in your hand." Like, come on.
I went to Restaurant Depot. I was in my Bronco and I don't have a mask. I have a mask in every one of my cars just in case I need it. And I didn't have one in the Bronco because I just put it back. I just put the seats back in it. I'm like, I'm gonna take it for a test drive. I'm going to Depot. They just, hey, sign.
Yeah.
And I was like, mask on. I was like, shit. So I went to Eureka Heights to buy some beer and get a mask. It was like 3 blocks away. But yeah, that was the first time I've gotten stopped. Like, hey, mask. Get out.
Well, we were in line and my boyfriend and I were just, me and Dickie were just talking. And she looked back and I didn't have my mask up. And she had said something, which we couldn't really understand her because she had her mask on. But we did know that she was very upset with us. And then we noticed that she was also in the busiest grocery store in the Galleria and she had one thing in her hand. And we were just like, like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
that one thing and you're at the busiest grocery store and you're yelling at people. Doesn't really work that way, I don't think.
People can get funny out there with this damn coronavirus. It's nuts.
It is.
Well, everyone, it is a wrap. Make sure that you guys go out and support your local businesses if you can. Local businesses are the backbone of this country. So if you're in the Galleria area, y'all go out to West End, do karaoke. You got steak night. Go visit Lindsay. She got some great whiskeys in that bar. I'm gonna go out there and get a shot of. Yeah, I'm gonna go out there and get some Basil Hayden. If you're in the Heights, go check out Marco with the Hokey Pokey, or over at the Underground with Walker. And if you guys are looking for some great American classics and you want something for your neighborhood, your apartment complex, or some kind of employee appreciation, make sure you reach out to What You Cravin' at whatyoucravin.com, and we'll make sure we'll handle all of those things for you. It's another week. COVID-19. You may have us inside now, but we'll be back out again. We'll be back out. Like Smokey says. What happened?
One more thing.
Go ahead.
Tacos a la Madre that I always talk about.
Yeah.
He bought a horse trailer and he's about to start turning it into a truck.
Nice.
Hey,
Into a food trailer.
I have a friend.
I had to say something. I'm super proud of him for that, and so I had to make sure that I said something for it.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a friend who has turning a horse trailer into a mobile bar, so maybe they can share techniques on.
I had told him about that too. I was like, oh, but
Yeah.
if anybody ever needs any wraps done,
Wraps?
Wait, what?
yeah, like
Wraps?
truck wraps, car wraps.
You need
We might have to talk. Because I'm getting my wrap done. I'm getting my truck rewrapped.
Wait. Start.
Oh yeah,
over.
that's what my boyfriend does.
He does raps.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I mean, he does a lot of stuff, but like wraps are like something he definitely does. If you ever need one,
like he designs them, or he'll rap.
he designs them.
Okay.
But does he do the actual rap too?
Huh?
Does he do the actual rap?
He doesn't do the actual rap.
Oh,
he does.
okay.
He does like so. He'll
The
take
design.
the design and like put everything together for you.
Oh,
and then you
okay. No, I need to get both trucks rewrapped. My personal truck and the food truck.
But
Yeah,
he can.
double truck
But
wrap.
he actually takes that process out for you. So he'll like do the wrap, and then if you approve it, then he sends it, and then you just pick it up.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, Marco, real quick, because it's something I was thinking about the other day, right? And it goes back to the what the next move is as an entrepreneur. What would you say to someone right now who says, "Hey, you know what? I lost my job. This fucking COVID took my job, but I have my 401k, and I have savings. I want to go open up a restaurant. Do you think a restaurant right now
No.
would be a good idea?
It depends. It depends on what type of restaurant, what you're trying to get. Like, I actually had a friend who asked me a very similar question. Not that he wanted to get into the industry right now, and a partner he was thinking of was very old fashioned, old school. And I said it can be an amazing cook, but this is a different climate that we're in.
Yeah.
Restaurants. I mean, you have to be okay with this new playing field that we have. Or she, like Mon says, feel like a gamble.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's a gamble right now, but I think restaurants are very risky because anything that's close customer service. If you're doing
It's tough.
meals to go, or you're doing prep meals, maybe that's a different story. But if you're doing a restaurant, it's not a good time to do that.
I think the people that win right now are the people who are patient. People who are that play the game to position themselves to outlast COVID. I think if you're desperate and you start making desperate moves, you lose. That simple. Could I be wrong? Probably. But I just that's what I'm banking on. You got to be able to be patient, and I don't think, and I could be wrong. And like Mon said, it's a huge gamble. It's a roll of fucking dice. I don't think right now is the climate to go out and open up a restaurant, let alone coming fresh out of a corporate life or another life. Maybe someone like myself or someone who's in the food truck industry, who has a brand, has a following, and has some money, and then gets lucky and finds the right opportunity and has the experience and has the know-how, then maybe the odds may be a little in your favor. Not by much, though. Not by much. So I just thought that was an interesting thought as far as the market and, what people, people might be thinking about getting into the food industry right now.
I'm interested to see, and I was talking about this earlier with the owner of the West End. I would love to see how many people have contracted COVID-19, and are industry workers. So work in food industry specifically. Because one thing that we're around most are germs. And we're picking up people's plates. We are around everyone else's germs on a daily basis. So I kind of feel like that has slowly built up our immune systems, because if you think about it, I know I don't get sick much. And when I do get sick, it's like 48 hours done, over, I'm good. So I wonder if that's because for half my life, I have been dealing with other people's germs. And maybe I just have this beautiful immune system. But I would love to see a comparison of people that have contracted COVID-19 to people that have worked in restaurants. Because I think that might be a thing.
I don't know, but I saw a statistic yesterday. It said it was like 95% of people that were in a specific prison unit in Huntsville had contracted the COVID. 95% or 90 or 95, somewhere around there. I'll fact check that in a little bit. But can you imagine that shit?
But think about it. They are separated they are meant to be separated on a daily basis. Like they get out together, 1 hour?
No. They get out. They get out together. Yeah, they get out together.
Never been to
I
prison.
seen it in I wouldn't know. I seen it in a movie one day.
And it was probably a correctional officer that brought it in. It probably wasn't like,
Yeah.
And they do get to spend. They get like time in the yard, time in the cafeteria. They don't keep them like isolated for everything.
But still, they're not out in the world either. So it didn't come from one of them. But
no, that's right. Someone else had brought it in.
Yeah, the guard's probably bringing it.
They still aren't they're just not. They're around each other's germs, and at one point, the germs are just all the same. So I don't know. I just feel like there's something to do with industry workers and food workers. Because again, and it goes the same way with nurses. Nurses that have been working with these patients for so long. How many nurses have gotten it?
Yeah.
Do we have that statistic? I mean, they're there every day, like even more than restaurant workers. They're there every day. They're in more germs than we are.
Well, then
But how many of them have gotten it?
it goes back to the how much do you trust that data anyway? Like, like who's taking this test, what kind of test, the accuracy of the test. Like all these new information we get are from different sources, and that's why it's also different. Like when you get the death rate here, the death rate there. It's different places using different tests, taking different data. So we're kind of honestly we've always been in the dark. Like it's all new numbers, but why is it all different?
Yeah.
So I think it'd be very hard
to see it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, if we could get an accurate.
And that's the whole thing is getting an accurate count. All right, y'all. Well, it has been great chatting with y'all. We'll catch up with everyone next week. Any final last words, Lindsay?
Hi. No, I'll do an update whenever I know what's going on with the West End.
Nice. Marco, last words?
Stay safe out there, y'all. Come see us underground, Pokey Pokey. Order online.
Hell yeah.
WalkerHTX.com, WalkerHTX.com. But yeah, first and foremost, everyone be safe out there.
That's what's up. Go out, get you some bourbon, get you some whiskey, have a shot, relax, and we'll wait this thing through.
Don't
want the what?
Don't watch Capone.
Yeah, don't watch Capone. Capone sucked, man. I hate to tell y'all this. But go out and watch it if you want. That don't matter. Either way, we miss y'all. We love y'all. Y'all stay tuned. We'll catch y'all next week. And from the crew here at SoundBites HTX, that's a wrap. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.